That being said, in the news this past week, we've had a situation where another cop is shot and killed someone in their home this time, sister, who called because she had concerns. She didn't feel safe, and she called the people that you call to protect and serve, and she ended up losing her life.
Yeah, very much so not protected and not served.
Yeah, man. It's really not a lot that we can say is from an angle different from what anybody else feels. I mean, we all feel like, I think is a consensus. Most people that I've heard speak on the topic feel like the cop was wrong. I think where I would like to take the conversation is more into the side of why these things continue to happen. And we kind of talked about it a little bit before we started recording. But from my point of view, I think a lot of this comes down to these cops and specifically why they're shooting black people and killing black people so often. I think it comes down to the fact there's a fear of black people with these cops. From my personal point of view, I think they don't know black people outside of what they see on TV and social media. And they have this innate concern or worry or fear of them. And then anything that triggers them to believe that black person is behaving in a way that they see on TV or whatever their own prejudice of black people is coming through, they react out of fear and irrationally and end up killing these black people unfairly. And that's my particular take on it. It's easy to sum it up as racism, but I think it's more prejudice than just pure hatred of black people. I think it's like if I'm afraid of dogs, any little action a dog does is gonna trigger me.
Agitated by it,
Not it just agitated. I just might be afraid. Oh snap! He about to do something, and I might end up being aggressive where aggression isn't necessary at the moment to fix the situation. Maybe the dog wasn't about to bite me. Maybe he was gonna walk up, sniff me, lick me, and then jump up on me and ask for a treat. But I didn't give it a chance because I was afraid. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then you misinterpreted the dog's response to you or their actions towards you.
Yes, because I've gone into it with this preconceived idea that he's gonna try to hurt me or he's gonna do something crazy. Like, and I think it's happening too often, man. You got too many people in protecting communities that they don't know how to deal with the people. They don't know how to interact with them. They have no experience with them.
I remember this conversation a few years back when we started hearing a lot of when a lot of this was put to the forefront, particularly around COVID time, 2020, where we started hearing a lot of situations, especially like the George Floyd, the Sandra Bland, Brianna, I can't remember her last name. When they went to her home and shot her up. But it's like the conversation of having police officers who are from the community serve that community. Why? Because you understand the tendencies of the other people in that community. You understand the language. You understand the posture of how they present, right? The culture of it. Like
Jesus, when in the name of Jesus, I rebuke you. We all know what that means.
Yeah,
we all know what that means. That's not a threat. Like, you know what I'm saying? In our community.
But to him, it was a threat, a misinterpreted threat. That you mean that you're going to do some kind of physical harm to me. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't feel like it was more so like racially driven, like he killed her because she was black. I'm just a racist cop, and I'm just going to go out to kill black people. But it's something to be alarmed at. It's just because, hey, you have people serving in communities that they have no buy-in with. They have a preconceived idea, preconceived notion, some kind of prejudice, like you mentioned, and they see something that pertains to what that prejudice is, or what they think to be some kind of behavior from what I heard how black people are, or how I heard how this people are, or this religious group, or this culture of whatever.
Any of that,
I'm going to respond this way, and that's what I think was the case of what happened. And then also that disconnect between particular cultures. It made it easy for me to shoot this black woman. This is my opinion, because there's something foreign to me. Now, if I feel like it was a white woman and it resembled his mother, sister, cousin, aunt, niece, or whatever, then he would have been slower to pull that trigger, because I understand this person who has my hue or has my particular cultural background, that I have some kind of understanding and familiarity with this individual or type of individuals, that it would have been slow to pull that trigger on.
Or I can just look at him like a human. I can look at him like a human. I have
something else foreign.
My wife's best friend is black, and she's at the house every day. You know what I'm saying? That's a person.
Mm-hmm.
They regular. She got the same struggles I got. You know what I'm saying? I know her like that. Like, yeah, that's a human. Let me not do nothing irrational. Like, you know.
Yeah,
versus,
and that's why I feel like when you see, say a white cop with a white criminal, or somebody who has some kind of criminal behavior, and they subdue the individual instead of shooting the individual, they have a little bit more patience, because that looks like my brother, that looks like my dad, that looks like my cousin.
You remind me of so-and-so from school that I used to hang with, man. I ain't gonna do this.
I have a little bit more patience and a little bit more understanding with trying to understand his plight and what he's going through. Man, why are you acting this way? Let me just subdue you real quick, so we can try to get to the root cause and try to figure out what's wrong with you, so I can understand you. Yeah, we're still gonna take you. We're still gonna handcuff you. And we're still gonna take you down to the precinct, and we're still gonna get your prints. But I'm more willing to talk you through the process. And then, even if you're a criminal, we might let the justice system do their job and treat you as such. But let's give you a fair shake. Let the justice system do what they're supposed to do, instead of me making the ultimate judgment call of taking your life. And now you're up out of here. Now you have
in this situation. This guy came to write a report.
Yeah.
How did we get here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You came to write a report, brother. Like, you know, you came to write a report, and somehow y'all ended up miscommunicating, and there's boiling water that, you know, you take as a threat, and I guess maybe she even took as potentially protecting her. She could use to protect herself.
Yeah, because I got two white men who don't look like me. They don't look like my family. They're posing a threat. They're pointing guns at me. It's more of them than there is of me. And they're coming at me with guns, yelling at me. And I'm already agitated in this situation because I called you. So I'm already paranoid. Whatever the situation might be, people say she had a mental disorder, whatever. I don't know. But still, she called for some kind of help. So she was already on edge about some things. And now I see two people coming at me with guns, and I didn't even do anything to them.
Right.
So guess what? Even if I threw the boiling water, they were coming at me with guns, and I called them because I needed help. I ain't got a gun pointed at them.
And even if I hit you with the boiling water, is that a fatal attack?
No.
Does that warrant?
It'll hurt. Ask Al Green, who got some hot grits. It'll hurt.
You know what I'm saying? Al's still here though, and it made him more of a spiritual man. So it turned out good from Al. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah, but you're on the other side of a counter. She's in the kitchen. You're in the living room. You got a door right behind you. You got another room off to your right. You could have retreated to the room. She's
not a criminal.
Out. You know what? I'm gonna just leave you alone. You got that boiling water in your hand. I don't like the situation. Hey, ma'am, you have a great night. Simple as that.
Have a great night. I can't finish this report. I know you called me for this. I can't do my job because of these conditions. I'm gone.
Yeah. Simple as that.
I don't see no threats. You're safe.
Simple as that.
The only threat I see is you at this point. I'm out. But no, that's not the sucker, man. Suckers. I keep going back to this word. This is the third time, third segment, third word, third time.
What's up? Hey, I guess the common theme for today is stop with the sucker activity.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man. And we speaking to men right now. We speaking to men. Stop with the sucker activity, man. Come on now. You know what I mean? I don't know. But you know, it is what it. Well, not saying it is what it is, because that sounds a little insensitive.
Insensitive,
yeah, and dismissive. But it's unfortunate. And I hope that this situation kind of brings to light what kind of authority figures we need to have in certain communities. And we need to stop pushing certain authority in certain communities when they have no tie to these communities.
Yeah,
Ultimately,
man.
where we get at.
I agree with that. And then even if we double back to the Trump conversation with the Secret Service the week before, it goes into also some of these people in their training, man. It just seemed like they not equipped for the, they're not even not equipped. They just incompetent for the job. Some of these people,
Yeah,
man.
that was clear incompetence. Clear incompetence. You know, somebody who's not even trained in weaponry. No better to handle this. No to handle that situation in a better manner. Like we're not even some people who aren't even trained in handling weapons know that, hey, I probably shouldn't have done that. You know, and then also knowing that this officer was prior Army, he was military, and we're training rules of engagement. You can't just go shooting people just because they got a gun in their hand and they might be a threat, or they might have bombs on their person and they could blow you up just by having a conversation with you when they approach you.
Man, it said this dude had 3 DUIs and had been with like 3 or 4 different locations, you know, prior to the one he was working at the time. Probably shouldn't even had a job. Shouldn't have a job. I can't go get a job at UPS if I got a DUI. Like I can't go work at Comcast and change cable if I got a DUI. Like why is this the guy protecting and serving with 3 of them?
Yeah,
and
that lets
and
you know
poor decision all over the place.
Poor decision making,
man. Poor decision making, man. We got to get better people in these positions, and if there are no better people in these positions, it's really a shame. But I don't know. It goes back to what I said before. I don't have a belief in people. You know what I'm saying?
People,
like,
what'd you say? People suck. Humans suck.
People suck. Humans suck. Humans suck. Homo sapiens sucks on Earth in 2024. Like, hopefully it gets better, man. Maybe the aliens will come down and swap our DNA and make us better or something.
Hey, we got robots on the way. We got robots on the way. Shout out to Tesla. Tesla's coming out with these robots. They trying to do it.
Well, hopefully AI comes and takes over this place, man. We need a Judge Dredd around here or something, man. You know, to make things better.
Hey, the way this world is going, man, I am a little nervous. I ain't gonna lie.
It might work better. It might work better if we could get us some technology that just runs it emotionless and just follows the rules as is. Might be
That's
better.
Kind of scary though too. That's kind of scary though too, because AI is like, okay, it's fitness criteria. All right, boom, blow their head off. Instead of thinking with logic, let's just train humans up, right, and just make sure that we got the right people. I don't know, man.
AI is going to think with entire logic. It's not going to think with emotion. So where it will lack, the compassion of I don't look like this thing, so let me save his life. It's going to lack that compassion. But if it meets all the criteria to get shot, it's going to get shot. And hey, man, it is what it is. Don't meet all the criteria. You know what I'm saying? You better miss a check.
Does not compute. Does not check the boxes. All right.
Yeah, bro.
Engage. Yeah, man.
World's crazy.
Hey, it's crazy.